Off Toshiki Karamatsu's album C is a Lady. That was 52nd Street. We got a couple new faces coming in for WeebCup this evening. Welcome, welcome. It's great to see you all. Do you know how difficult it's been to have my last name over the past few days? The answer is not at all. I've not been bothered by it at all, despite what you may think. We're looking to get straight into it, so without any further ado, let's rock.
Get on to rock, get up to burn, stand with the pride and burn, feel your desire. One day I noticed that my life.
Listen here, I heard what you did in the room while the intro is playing. You think you're gonna just get away with that? Breaking my precious vase? Alright, we got a great little WeebCup this evening. 9 entrants showing up. 2 new faces. Jesus. NormsRespecter and Cherry Creamsicle for the first match, if I recall correctly. Let me just double check that. Yep, Cherry Creamsicle coming in. Glad to see that both of you coming through. Ooh, Giovanna. We are just waiting for Cherry Creamsicle to enter the venue. NormsRespecter, I believe, was the first person to sign up this week. Great to see you come through. And rewarding us with a character we don't see too terribly often on WeebCup. Always great to see a Giovanna, though. Lovely character to see. The emote jump scare. But yeah, Giovanna, great basics, fundamentals character. Surprisingly tricky, has a couple different things up her sleeve to work with. Oh, I think I see. Okay, we'll just be another minute from what I see. Sneaky Steve also pointing out that Emoscoobydoo, the Eno regular, is skulking in the room with the blue aura of death behind that support beam there. It's real fast here. Goodness. Oh yeah, you play Giovanna? Alrighty then. Interesting to think about. Let me take a quick look at the... see here, we having a second. Okay, Cherry Creamsicle is coming through. They had it listed in their name that they're in EC5. Maybe they were waiting in a park somewhere. Okay, they've entered the venue. Hi, Kisk. We've seen a few Kais come and go in our time here at WeebCup. Not quite sure how to pronounce that. I'll just referring to Cherry Creamsicle by name. Letting the intro. I see. First time showing up on stream, and this is what they do to me. We see Cherry Creamsicle playing pretty orthodox Kai keep out game. NormsRespecter wanting to work their way in and doing so. Dashing in for the follow-up after the Sepultura. Ooh. Interesting cancel there. Normally, Kai mains like to just throw it out at the end, but quick little mix up of timing. Gio's Far S is super interesting. It hits very high up in the later portion of the move, so it can function as an anti-air here and there. NormsRespecter on the verge of closing things out. A little bit of chip. Remember, Giovanna gets chip damage when she has her 50-meter and 100-meter innate install. Very creamsicle pushing in after the blocked Sepultura. It's -4, generally pretty safe, but you do get pressure after it. I like the use of the cancel there. Sometimes Stun Dipper can leave you a little too close to properly combo, so good recognition from Cherry Creamsicle to cancel it there. In those Sepultura, you can get pressure after it. You do have time to reposition with something like a backdash. Cherry Creamsicle, good use of Wild Assault. Not quite close enough to get the Direct Clock finisher. Closing things out, making sure to get that shock state. Kai's string enders are real tricky. If someone just comes at you like that, at some point you do need to take advantage of it. You need to fight back before the move comes out. Kai's finishers and strings tend to have a tendency to keep him far away by pushing back. Direct and Fuder Arc both need to instant block the challenge. Very Creamsicle, first on the board. Their tennis racket held tight. Lifts it high into the air for victory, celebration. NormsRespecter back in. Quite quick, though. You can see Stinky Steve lurking there on the left. Before we go back to our next match, though.
Man. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Managing to check the backdash with a far slash this time. Cherry Creamsicle, early burst. Big heavy slash, doesn't manage to capitalize on it fully, but does manage to collect the plus frames. Alright, this time making sure to spend the meter to get the finish. NormsRespecter, one round. This is where NormsRespecter wants to be. Giovanna is at her best. She is in close, and with her back to the wall, Cherry Creamsicle, much recourse. Now that we've gone through the wall, NormsRespecter, pull up on meter is going to take 10% less damage for everything Cherry Creamsicle throws at them. It's pretty niche overall, but the situation is present before you, so Cherry Creamsicle turns things around. Ooh. I like that. Using Kai to advance just a little bit. At some point, you need to step in against Giovanna. She has very good round start with how she can advance and retreat, but sometimes the boldness to just step in. If you remember, mentioned earlier that at certain ranges, Stun Dipper won't quite connect. No meter to cancel this time for Cherry Creamsicle. They managed to close it out. 2 on the board. One more, or Cherry Creamsicle moves to round 2. Winner of this match will go on to fight, if I recall correctly, yes, Homedy Potemkin, who is, after some pressure from other sources, our #1 seed for this evening. Quick Geostring. Opting not to backdash this time and get caught by the far slash. I tell you, Fuder Arc is a real messed up move if you just look at the numbers. I was practicing against it a little bit today. There's a certain Kara input Anji can do against it, but the move is so active, Future Arc is so active that it hits even after Anji dodges it with a spin. And it hits so high up, it can function as a great anti-air. It's definitely paying Cherry Creamsicle's taxes as they move into one round away from moving on. First reversal we've seen from them. If I recall correctly, the hitbox of the move got moved outwards slightly. It's a little better for beating low profiles. Big Future Arc. Like I said earlier, making sure to get that shock state. But NormsRespecter takes initiative, stops Cherry Creamsicle from taking advantage, reversal ride the lightning. It's not going to kill, it's going to do big damage. NormsRespecter not quite clean enough. Cherry Creamsicle just throws out that close slash. Close things out. 3 on the board, they're moving on. That is our only round 1 match this evening. Moving on to round 2 in just a moment. It would be the gruesome twosome you see in the room right now. Emoscoobydoo and Stinky Steve. They're all raring to go. Take a second just to punch in their names. This is a match we've seen many, many, many times before. I remember Emoscoobydoo telling me that this match is a constant WeebCup. It's definitely one that Eno players have to play around a lot. Anji has a lot of moves to stop Eno from approaching. Good spin on the H sultry performance, but it's very active. You need to use Midare immediately. Emoscoobydoo manages to use that momentum to score a wall break. Ooh, not quite close enough. Okay, we're seeing a little shimmy from Stinky Steve. Ooh. Thought. I'm not sure whether Stinky Steve wanted to go for a little bit of mix there or just wanted to cancel off the throw, but unfortunately, Emoscoobydoo paying great attention to it. Not quite converting off the spin. Now we just see Stinky Steve driving Emoscoobydoo to the corner. Good pickup. We're seeing shimmies. Alright, right conversion this time. Stinky Steve pull up 1 meter. We're not quite quick enough to pick up the backdash. Closes things out with that overhead. It's 18 frames now, very difficult to react to. Just going for Midare. It's so active, you cannot backdash this man's close slash. 7 frames, most active in the game. A big frame trap. Whoa, what happened there? Did they... I was very surprised when Stinky Steve got pushed back. Was there a deflect, or is that a cancel back I saw? I have to replay the tapes at some point. Stinky Steve, 1 on the board. Eno does have some very strong round start options in this matchup, though. It's one of the things she has going for her. Yep, 2S. It is strong, but it does have a big counterplay in spin. Stinky Steve very smart to take advantage of that. But here we're seeing the Eno mix happening. MLA for big plus frames. Oh, nice XP. Emoscoobydoo loves the scoop, the Megalomania. Anji is very hardy though, able to shrug the hit off and stay alive. Ooh, see a little spacing trap from that stroke. Quick note. There we go. The dash cancel there that you saw after that 5K is very important. Anji players use it to get a nicely spaced safe jump. No meter on the board for reversal at that time, but it's still good to... Whoa, what a nice BRC! Scooby-Doo showing some nice execution. But again, the BRC Co. Oh my gosh. The Midare for the right adjustment this time. What a reversal! Emoscoobydoo has the meter, doesn't quite get... Just has an OTG. Both of them one hit away. It's tense. Oh, it goes under the... Oh. Ooh. Saw some good adjustments here and there. From both players, Scooby-Doo manages to clutch it out. Think see back in the ring. Need to catch my breath after that last match. That was fantastic. I'm full of energy this night. I am full of butter chicken, and I had a cupcake just before starting. The spin at range is very interesting in this matchup. It doesn't really get Anji a lot of advantage, but it does present an option to prevent Eno from just getting straight in. Quick Midare. Backdash is out of the dust. Sinky Steve has been pretty keen to try and use dust as a mix-up after the plus frames. The far slash this time. The distance necessitated it. It's a nice dodge on that 6P. Emoscoobydoo. Ooh. Getting jailed by that 2S after the fan toss. So even though you can't get any kind of confirm after an RC from Fujin's overhead now, you can get an OTG into Butterfly. It's still useful, just not as quite as rewarding as it used to be. That's the kind of momentum Sinky Steve is riding throughout this set. Scooby-Doo back in. Sinky Steve just 2 rounds away from moving on. A little bit of back and forth. Both players looking to play around Eno's strong 2S round start. We see a gold burst. Sinky Steve can take less damage from this. Still has to be able to... Just goes under the chemical loaf and goes for a throw. Now has the corner. Oh my gosh. Emoscoobydoo getting mixed. Has to reversal for their life. Oh, what a read. What a reaction, rather. And this is Eno's game. This is what... Oh, manages to catch the 2S on startup. Takes a round. Maybe Steve, eager to spin at range. Not quite punishing the Ko, but manages to work their way in Emoscoobydoo. Chooses not to get a break and just... a little bit of spaghetti this evening. Just a 6H. Good 6P. Got a challenge on that overhead at some point. Ooh! Reversal MLA. Perhaps aware that Stinky Steve could see the meter on deck and opted to bait a reversal. Emoscoobydoo closes it out. 2 on the board apiece. 2 rounds away from moving on, both players. We all see some very crazy options here and there in our time. Choosing to back off, both players. Nice JK. Stinky Steve is very good at using JK. Big combo. Big wall bounce off that JD. Scooby-Doo. Not quite getting... the hit off of that Megalomania. Stinky Steve now 1 round away, closing things out with a super. You round start code? We're saying at the beginning of this set that Anji has a lot of options to cover Ino's approach on the ground or in the air. Fujin is one of them, 6H is another. We've got reversals on the table from both players. Read! Ooh, this is gonna make things pretty even now. Good confirm from Emoscoobydoo. Getting the wall, not quite the wall break, but definitely would have happened if Stinky Steve had survived. Double Luigi situation. Ooh, big 2H. When someone's using Fusion to come at you, 2H is a great disjointed option to counter it with. Scooby-Doo, that's positive. Stinky Steve down 50. Wake up RC. Beat the throw. Stinky Steve on their last legs. Just a couple more mixes. YRC over the quick throw. We have Fujin pressure. Just goes overhead. Oh no! Oh. Doesn't quite manage to convert. Oh no! Just gets clipped by the butterfly. Stinky Steve 3 on the board. Gonna move on to round 3. Our top 8 winners side. Exciting match to have in round 2. Alright, we have got our next 2 competitors already stepping into the square circle. Fatcatteddy, the administrator who runs things in the background. And Infitaigo. I believe we've seen this match a few times. It's playing Misfiner, Misfiner, Misfiner. Big scoop. So you have to be aware of with Johnny. When cards or meter are on the table, Johnny can go a very rewarding 50-50 mix. We see an overhead kiss. Woo! Overhead kiss diverted by the burst. We see some movement, and now Teddy, quick reversal to get out of dolphin pressure. Infitaigo, holding the flip. Plus frames from the turn up. Nah, 6P, unfortunately, not in that situation. Great when there's no cards on the table. This goes over. Not finding a punish on the 3K. Infitaigo wiping the sweat from their brow on that one. Ooh! Outside of Turnup's range, manages to get a Dolphin. Here's IADs over the Mistfinder. That's what you gotta do. At some point, you gotta stop challenging. Just go over it. Big counter hit, driving Teddy towards the wall. Surely a wall break. Teddy has 100 meter and burst stock. Infitaigo belligerently uses 3K. Teddy is looking to close things out with that gold burst. Spending meter, another gold burst. Both these gamers looking to game. Teddy not able to do it. Infitaigo. That's a round on the board. Great 6P to go under the Mistfinder there. Teddy charging in with the big, fast 15-frame dash from Johnny. Draw, why don't you? A little bit of jousting in neutral, excuse me. Life looking pretty even. Teddy up on resources. Good tech on the throw. Ooh. I feel like Infitaigo is fishing for... is fishing for a burst. Birthday train keeps going, even if the song finishes. Teddy with a bunch of meter manages to get that devastating 50-50 mentioned earlier. Closes it out. Has the resources to turn that super into death. Back at Teddy, one on the board. Adjust my chair. We're moving into match 2 of this second round 2 match for this tournament. This Dolphin. Loser side top 8 will also be streamed, so hold it, please. Just manages to shoot down the Dolphin. Ooh, quick card. Calling out the up Dolphin. Infitaigo has a bunch of meter. Gonna have to work to make it happen. It doesn't. One of the highest reaching, it feels, close slashes. Close things out. Wake up gold first. I feel like Infitaigo is using their normals very smartly. But Teddy, playing belligerently, and is playing around them quite well. Here's the turn up. Makes Mistfinder plus on blah. Oh, big 2H for the frame trap. This is going to be Fatcatteddy closing out the round with speed and aplomb. Teddy wants a clean sweep. What can Infitaigo do to fight back? Remember that May's normals got a little bit slower. Most of May's normals got a little bit slower this patch. Even though they're very strong, they're big counter hit tools. It doesn't matter if you can't get in range, hit them, hit with them before Johnny's humongous swinging normals come out. Quick run-up throw. Just a quick burst, not having to deal with the card. Okay, this is the range Mei wants to be at. Ooh, big 6P. Goes over the reversal super. Remember that Mei's jump is abnormally high and it falls abnormally fast. Ooh. We see a little scramble developing. In Infitaigo's favor. See, big range discrepancy. This is where Teddy wants to be. Pushing Mei out. Just shoots the dolphin down. What Teddy wants to see. Or to push Infitaigo into those cards, Johnny really has to play around the pushback for normals a lot. So a little FD, a little bit of deflect shield, or IBFD can really mess up Johnny's strings. Maybe Johnny's movement is just too fast to get disrupted by deflect. Not enough time for the super. Infitaigo just goes for a quick J2H. Great read from Teddy to go for that reversal. It's gonna close things out. Leave Infitaigo down in terms of burst meter as we move into potentially the final round of this game. The Mei's 2S doesn't even reach half as far as Johnny's H buttons. He had the card on deck to get confirm into super, the wall break. Infitaigo down on, oh, the resources. No chance to burst. Fatcatteddy will be moving on. Give me just a moment to check. Alrighty, we had Hobo Ninja running just a little bit late. I see they have managed to get into the bracket now. Top 8, however, is at least halfway set. We'll queue up some stream matches here. Okay, we are going to have Home Dip Potemkin and Stinky Steve first. Let me tell you, both these players are gamers. Stinky Steve has been playing in... Good lord, that is a horrifying image, C-Drive. Sorry, I'm just in shock from this high-speed image of Gold Lewis swinging his coffin. Alright, both gamers have entered the ring. Or maybe just one gamer. That's C-Drive, not Home Depot Potemkin. Alright, they've entered the ring. Scoreboard set. Home Depot Potemkin, as you might expect, a Potemkin gamer. He's been known to use Leo on occasion. I've had the opportunity to play both characters. Home Depot Potemkin is a gamer among gamers. Big tech finder, been posting a lot of things on social media here and there, and Potemkin... I find this matchup to be a little easier as Anji in this patch, but Potemkin is still monstrously strong. The Blue Wild Assault to set up the Heavenly? This is a mad scientist at work, people. Quick perfect. Big 5H. Anji will struggle to contend with these big disjointed pokes, these far slashes, and 5Hs from Potemkin. Oh my gosh, it's over already. Omdi Potemkin coming in and making a statement with a big double perfect. Good luck next game. #1 seed this evening, as I was pushed to feed Homesy Potemkin, and we are seeing why. Okay, Stinky Steve taking initiative, understanding they need to not hang back, they need to fight. Getting a little meter. Good defense against the slide head at range, but it's clipped by the second one. Alright, Stinky Steve. Ooh, very good. Here we see the fusion cancels that came in this patch. Nice, cranking out just a little bit of extra meter from that power cancel fusion into Fan Super, closes things out. Stinky Steve looking to turn things around. I was just about to say something, I got strangled in my throat there. Potemkin getting a little wall bounce to close things out. So 3. Thanks, all that armor from Potemkin can't serve him well when he's under all that Fujin pressure. I like how Stinky Steve is not immediately autopiloting into Butterfly, recognizing the space. This is what Stinky Steve brings to the table, brazen recklessness. I have an emote for that. Go ahead and post it in the chat, it's free. Stinky Steve, nice BRC! Doesn't quite manage to punish the Potemkin Buster. Homedy Potemkin is wiping the sweat from their brow for sure. Gets clipped by a little frame trap, the 2S and the 5H. Stinky Steve on the board, proving they're no easy meal. I know Stinky Steve has got a bit of a reputation in the past from other WeebCup regulars for being brazen, being a little bit reckless, but we saw some very nice controlled play, some fantastic adjustments from Stinky Steve. Learning when to slow things down, when to speed things up. Early burst. The big chop. Homedy Potemkin in. See lots of patience from. Devious burst. Listen, I'm not naming and shaming. Don't say anything. Ooh, the big flick. It's very disjointed. Homedy Potemkin just gets the grab. Butterfly pressure. Homedy Potemkin very wisely. You can't just cut me off like that. Gets clipped by the counter super, but very wisely not opting to back Mega Fist on reaction to Fan Toss. The nerfs to Mega Fist make that less viable. We're seeing some great mix-ups in the pressure from Stinky Steve. Clipped by the low after Garuda. Ooh. Oh, you didn't have to do it like that! Homedy Potemkin just showing off at this point. 2-1. Homedy Potemkin. If you have a second, put an exclamation point PB in the chat there. Sneaky Steve back in it to win it. I love the developments we're seeing in this set. Both players understanding the pace they want to play at. Deep Potemkin not wanting Steve to run up and go for a throw, so just goes for a quick little 2K check. 2K from Anji is a great check. And so is 2P, using that to beat the hammer falls. But yeah, 2K at that post-throw break range is a great little check from Anji. It's slightly faster than most of what Potemkin brings to the table. Just hits Spark Slash after the YRC. Steve is moving and schmoving. Deep Potemkin wants in! Steve! What a great BRC! Steve is playing out of his mind this evening. Very careful not to just air dash or spin recklessly. Great adjustment. Just hits the button, fearing a Potemkin Buster. Ooh. Remember, Potemkin Buster has armor now, so against delayed options from Fujin, it can function. That's the spooky thing. If you spin through Slide Ed, Potemkin has time to charge, and you need to RPS around that. It is not Anji's situation to just immediately win by throwing out fish. Oh, gets clipped by the butterfly. Gets clipped while throwing the butterfly, excuse me. Home D Potemkin, one round away from winning. Big 5T. It's a terrific little anti-air at close range. Not quite fast enough to break the armor. Barely escaped the grab. Nice deflect, but gets counter hit. You have to be very careful when using deflect. You can see through the wall. Home D Potemkin's game to lose. Nice use of 5K to just be an active buffer zone against a BRC forward. Just a quick little 2P check to close things out. Home D Potemkin 3-1. What a great little set that was for us. Home D Potemkin's first streamed match making a splash here on WeebCup this evening. Great showing from both players. Sneaky Steve has another opportunity to play in loser's side of the bracket. We'll get in deeper into that later, but now Fatcatteddy and C-Drive will be coming up next. Fatcatteddy already standing tall in the square circle. C-Drive last week opted to play exclusively as Bedman and now has Gold Lewis on deck. Neutral's going to be a little sluggish from C-Drive, but it's going to get explosive once they're in range. Already making up the difference. Looking about even. Goes for a scoop. But he spends burst. Has more resources to work with. Oh, not quite able to get the confirm. Will kill. But Teddy has a bunch of meter, and with a card as well, this Finer is going to be deadly. Goes for a scoop. One more interaction. Again, like I said, the overhead with resources or a card on the table is going to be deadly. Ah, what's my phone doing? Ignore that. The chain gun to call out the flip. The chain gun to stop the dash in its tracks. Loose moving in. Little back and forth. The autocorrect on the super. Can't believe that was close enough to wall break. Letting Positive just build meter. C-Drive forced to suspend their tension. Ooh! I think that was a missed Finer that I saw on reversal. Maybe a misinputted super? We'll have to find out later. Just scooped out of the drone. It's got about a full second before it comes active. That's a great time to counterattack against it. C-Drive going through the wall. Petty, once again, letting Positive work for them. Building resources. This Finer is going to be very spooky in a second. It's going to be extremely spooky. We got at least 3 opportunities, one after the other, for a high-low, but no. Teddy just goes for the run-up. Cap dust. Close things out. First match on the board, Fatcatteddy. C-Drive back in already. No swap the Bedman. We've seen a little bit of swapping around here and there. Quick little advance from Teddy. It's backdash, checking Johnny's range. This Finer has very short block stun. You need to be ready to move in basically as soon as you finish blocking it. Quick card to eat up the drone in neutral. Great call. Drains, C-Drives, security bar as well. They have very few resources to work with. Not quite able to get the overhead, missed Finer. Just goes for a little shimmy into a throw to close things out. Gold burst? But he loves those wake-up gold bursts. Coming up on 2 stocks attention now. The quick little overhead. Converting off the card. Petty. Flying pressure. Now giving up ground. C-Drive able to get... Ooh, behind the back? The no-look slam dunk? C-Drive. Aware of Teddy's resources when they throw out the minigun, making sure not to get carded. Not that Gold Lewis ever would. But Teddy has 2 on the board now. C-Drive sticking with Gold Lewis. It's going to openly posit the positives of swapping to Bedman in this matchup, but I don't know, C-Drive immediately making a counter argument. The big 6P into BT with Punish the... rather Clash. Punish the Mist Finer. I just noticed Teddy's name, I'm sorry. Not quite able to punish with the card super. C-Drive gets scooped. Under card pressure, just has to deal with Teddy's plus frames. Managed to advance, move in, close things out. Just looking at Teddy's name is making me yawn. That's why there's these big pauses in the commentary this evening. Apologies for that. C-Drive moving in. Great spot to be. Fortunately, just a throw as a punish. With a card on the table. Teddy collects plus frames, forced out by the spacing. Ooh, the big behind the back BT. Another behind the back, but C drive on the board. The up high, down low. Too fast, too slow. C drive has no choice but to stick with Goldblue Dickinson. Teddy has an entire wrestler's roster of characters to go through. It opts to stick with Johnny. Teddy getting an early knockdown, collecting the card. The card on the table, plus frames. Drive goes over the Mistfinder. Teddy just belligerently fights back. Seeing some dash block from C-Drive, that's what you gotta do against this character. Movement is key. Teddy, one round away. These air BTs are not working out for C-Drive, just getting punished every time. By throws, by close slashes, what have you. Shot while trying to move in. Get far slash. Teddy has 15 meter and a card. This Finer very spooky. Get it easy confirm into a wall break. Teddy working, setting up the 50. C-Drive force suspend burst. Teddy has the meter, doesn't even need it. Quick punish. Put C-Drive down into the lower half of this bracket. Oh, excuse me. We'll be queuing up the next couple of matches in just a second. Infitaigo and Hobo Ninja. Be moving into the ring. Infitaigo already calling player 2 side. You have the Ninja. We'll see in just a minute. Ninja should be schmoving on in here real fast. Just post that code in there just to make sure. Hey, thanks for the follow, NormsRespecter. I have alerts turned off while we are in the bracket itself. But, appreciate it. All the same. Hobo Ninja in the room. Another Potemkin. In the pink. Good scoop. Hobo Ninja, from what we saw last week against May, has anti-airs on lock. Will 5P nicely. 6H. Facing trap. I see. I will keep that in mind when I'm reviewing the VOD when I upload it. Ooh, quick little mix-up from Infitaigo. Has Hobo Ninja fully in the corner. There's that anti-air. Remember? Hobo Ninja knows the key against May is to use Potemkin's great anti-airs to check the split pressure. 6P gets clipped though. You are not immune to May's H buttons clipping your 6P. Think this is gonna close it out? Yep. Just enough to give Hobo Ninja the first W. Potemkin Buster. Blue Wild Assault to collect some plus frames. Not able to quite turn it into a grab. remember that Hammerfall is much more minus now. It's like minus 17 if I recall, so you have to spend meter to keep it safe from big punishes. Infitaigo not even getting a chance to burst, just scooped. Open Ninja. First blood drawn by them. Yeah, Dolphin in general has a weakness to active moves being thrown out to catch it before it can hit you there. Good point in the chat there. Ooh. We're seeing just a little bit of the zoomies from pre-Burrito Bowl WeebCup there. Probably should won't happen again. Garuda Impact, Garuda Impact. A little bit of back and forth. Oh, the big 6H anti-air. Interesting, interesting. White. Just a wake up. Wake up, Potemkin Buster. I'm gonna do it. No one else will, I will. Big 5H counter hit sees Infitaigo. Taking Hobo Ninja to the other corner. Oh, nice charge on the 6H to beat the 6P. Very punishable now, that hammer fall. Infitaigo closing things out with a quick punish. Hobo Ninja holding on to their burst. Big scoop. Backdashes through the 2S. Catches the hammerfall break. Ooh! I don't think I've seen Slidehead used against an incoming air move like that before. Slidehead. Infitaigo leery of using long-range options like Beach Ball. Oh, just a little drop. Scoop it back up and move on to the third match. Third match incoming. Infitaigo, undeterred. One last chance to stay in on loser's side, top 8. Classic melee. Ooh. Ooh, the big 5H. Super disjointed. It's going to be a great tool for dealing with Dolphin. Close slash counter hit. Infitaigo just spending the meter, playing patient, managing to get some whiff punishes on the board. Not quite close enough. Oh. Just jousting in normal little bar slash counter hit to pick things up. Hobo Ninja one round away. Ooh. Potemkin's Dumpy got buffed, so it's very disjointed now, remember. Infitaigo holding a little bit too hard. Has to burst there. Woo! See, flying pirates. We see a flying battleship with that quick heat tackle to close things out. Armors through, maze. Big heavy buttons. We see a little zooming in Guilty Gear. Okay, next we got Emoscoobydoo And Cherry Creamsicle. Emoscoobydoo already menacingly sitting on player one's side. Cherry Creamsicle will be pulling up to the match momentarily. In this second match of Losers Top 8. Alright, both gamers are ready to go. This isn't a match I've seen particularly often. You know, it's something of a rare character choice. This is Emoscoobydoo, the dedicated player. Creamsicle has a bit of meter to work with. Just gets mixed though. A little overhead low, low, low. That's what Eno brings to the table. The rapid fire up and down. I think that's not a bad choice, just using Stun Edge to contest Eno's. That had to have been an error, right? Nice, nice. Cherry Creamsicle gets the shock state to go through the wall. Ooh! That's what happens when instant block comes into the equation. Weird things happen when you're in the air. That's Cherry Creamsicle's turn to take Scooby-Doo to the wall, but just sticks a button into an active hitbox. Remember, stroke got buffed. It goes under those low moves now. If it's not touching the ground, allows Scooby-Doo to get the pressure they need. Or just playing patient, punching Cherry Creamsicle's attempt to fight out. One on the board for Emoscoobydoo. Cherry Creamsicle back in already, though. Here. Alright, back in. Cherry Creamsicle playing neutral, but just getting tapped on the head. An Eno move. Able to use the note just not just for Oki, but also for neutral by controlling it up and down. Cherry Creamsicle unable to fight out of the corner. Now with 15 meter has their... What a 2H! Big H, big H. 5H from Cherry Creamsicle. Life's about even, there's a huge meter discrepancy. That's what Scooby-Doo needs to take Cherry Creamsicle to the wall. I think it's not gonna... Not quite. The charge does to close things out. Eno's 2S is such a strong button at round start. You gotta play around it. Cherry Creamsicle opting to jump over it. I think drag to the wall. I kind of like what Cherry Creamsicle's doing by jumping, choosing not to try and deal with the Eno's RPS on the ground, just jumping. Maybe to chicken block, maybe to air. Big was a 6H if I recall correctly. High's H buttons are very disjointed. Not quite able to make things work out with that stun dipper. Not enough meter to cancel. Emoscoobydoo with 2 on the board. Cherry Creamsicle showing no signs of having a secondary. Guess come to the podium for this third, potentially final match of this set. Don't mind me, just getting big sippy. Nice maneuvering underneath the note. Caught by Eno diving in. I think Cherry Creamsicle's movement is a little better from what we're seeing at this point in time. Yeah, just going under the sultry performance. Good conversion on that 2P into the close slash. Emoscoobydoo ready for that odd Sun Dipper cancel that has been brought up a couple times. Just scoops. Emoscoobydoo 1 round away. Put by the sultry performance, now pushed back into the corner. Under plus frames. Cherry Creamsicle. With the super now, down to about 20% of their life. Emoscoobydoo looking well in charge. Forced to burst. With 50 meter, what can Cherry Creamsicle do? Just fights her way out with a couple jabs. The low profile goes under the charge stun edge. Emoscoobydoo 3-0. That losers match on lock. Appreciate you showing up though, Cherry Creamsicle. It has been a privilege and a pleasure to have you come on through. We're going to continue with the losers side of the bracket at this time with losers quarters. First match is going to be Stinky Steve and Hobo Ninja. Give them a quick little ping. Listen here, I'm the English major who runs the stream, so I'm the only one who gets to criticize people for choice of words at this time. Hobo Ninja, Stinky Steve.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society, so instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts.
I appreciate y'all letting the intro play out. Gives me time to update the scoreboard, as well as to once again advertise how good the mod that lets music play during the intros is. It's a must-have for this game. Again, I think this matchup is a little bit easier for Anji this patch, but Potemkin is stronger overall, so... That's the armor on Hammerfall break. That's new. Hobo Ninja wisely using meter. Stinky Steve's turn to spend some bar to take Hobo Ninja to the wall. Routing around Rin is key for Anji this patch. It does so much damage now. Big scoop. Hobo Ninja's gonna get a big stock of meter for that. You can't see there! Stinky Steve! Overthrows up the counter! One last gasp. See Stinky Steve standing up. Put a round on the board. Oh, the dangers of being 2+. Ooh. Stinky Steve taking over the Ninja to the corner. Good punish on the Nagiha there. Hobo Ninja's gaming. Choosing to be very careful, approaching. 6K beaten by the spin, and Stinky Steve spends Wild Assault to get the wall. Stinky Steve, you are a sicko, you know that? Kara Fujin into Counter super. Hobo Ninja spending. Burst. Does not pan out. Stinky Steve closes it out with a quick little Fujin poke. Stinky Steve, one on the board. For loser semis, you move into match 2. Total shift in tone with the music. I think Stinky Steve, after the opportunity of playing against Home D Potemkin, is finding good tools to use against this character at round start. Anji's kick buttons, quite nice. Okay, Hobo Ninja spending burst early. Whew. Not quite getting the triangle jump. Okay, Steve spending burst now. This is not bad for Hobo Ninja. They're up in resources. Doesn't quite have burst back, but at least Steve doesn't have a full stick of butter to work with. Quick little double Fujin into Rin. Sees Hobo Ninja back to the wall. Getting pressured by Fujin follow-ups now. Really like how Steve is mixing up the options for strike throw. Bend the meter. Fold the quesadilla. Hobo Ninja hanging in there. Quick Kara overhead. Give Steve a 2 mark for number of matches on the board. Stinky Steve 1 away from moving to loser semis. Face off against either C-Drive or Emoscoobydoo. The walkback whip punish, you love to see it. Hobo Ninja forced to spin burst early. We see a scoop on the board. Potemkin Buster does like 200 damage now. It's absurd how strong this move is. It's armored too. Just, we see... People say that Guilty Gear isn't metal anymore, but look at that. Potemkin is headbanging. The triangle jump. There we go. Hobo Ninja closes out with a quick, nippy little use of meter. Your slide head has counter hit recovery now, so heavier buttons like slashes and heavy slashes will get big reward. I think he does not want to be hugged. Hobo Ninja desperately wants to hug. Hobo Ninja desperately wants to hug. Stinky Steve just gonna get a wall break. Oh no, not quite. Hesitated. I wonder if they thought they had meter when we saw that shimmy. Quick spin. Alright, Stinky Steve, still 1 round away. He's 1 round away now, excuse me. Spins burst early. Now we're seeing butterfly pressure. Steve was reluctant to use in the past couple. Stinky Steve just getting in. One Ninja holding the plus frames. Reads the throw and gets a scoop of their own with that heat knuckle. With a Blue Wild Assault. It's checked by counter super. Oh my gosh. Fujin is quite difficult to use an anti-air. Miraculously catching that Mega Fist leads to Stinky Steve getting the 3rd match. A clean sweep, 3-0. We'll be moving on to losers semis. We will be finding out who Stinky Steve will be up against in just a moment. C-Drive or Emoscoobydoo. It's honestly a little itty-bitty bit of a shame in the back of my mind, I wanted to see a Stinky Steve, Emoscoobydoo rematch. Winners finals will come before loser semis. Thank you for inquiring. I should have made that clear up front. Scooby-Doo on player 1's side generally has good music taste, so we will not be subjected to... Let's see, I believe it was Smell of the Game they had set? Yep, they had Smell of the Game pretty much this whole bracket. Little check from C Drives. Excellent 2P from Gold Lewis. Passively dealing with Eno's double overhead pressure. Emoscoobydoo collecting a big knockdown from that super. Ooh. Not giving C-Drive any chance to use a reversal. Just pouring it on. C-Drive has meter. Opts not to spend it. Goes for White Wild Assault. Was that wise, though? C-Drive down a bunch of bursts going into this next round. Less than even what Emoscoobydoo has. Pouring on the damage, though. This is not where you want to be against Gold Lewis. Emoscoobydoo blocking for their lives. No meter. Oh my gosh, it's over! Duel 3, Emoscoobydoo with a big bunch of burst on deck. Enough to go for a Red Wild Assault at some point. We'll have burst back in just a moment. Now is the one pouring pressure onto C-Drive. Collects the hard knockdown. Ooh, not quite able to convert off the far slash. A little too far away, I think. That may be a big problem against Gold Lewis. Not even having to be concerned about the drone. Just go under it. Oh no. Okay, not getting counter hit is a huge boon after that deflect. Oh, it's not so low to the ground. It won't go under JD. Throw getting beaten. Or getting sent through the wall. Emoscoobydoo suffers a quick turnaround as C-Drive takes the first match of this first of 3 in losers' quarters. Emoscoobydoo rallies. Back into the ring. Just back off. Quick burst. Put C-Drive in the corner. C-Drive not spending burst at all to get out. Just instead decides to slug their way out and is rewarded with Gold Lewis damage. As we hurriedly move into the next round. That whiff throw was so spooky. Ooh. Drive briefly puts himself back to the wall. It's such a fast match. It was so quick. C-Drive up 2-0. Whew. Look at Scooby-Doo Rally. The last couple matches went by so quickly, I'm kind of struggling to come up with data just based off of the observations of them. I like that 5K option to check Eno's 2S. As we've been saying throughout the bracket, it's a very strong round starts tool. I respect that use of YRC. Don't even want to deal with the chip. They want to get C-Drive back to the corner as quickly as possible. This is still a very dangerous situation for Emoscoobydoo. Split by the BT leads into pressure from C Drive. Big back throw incident leads to Scooby-Doo putting C Drive in the corner and winding this round down. That was really spooky. Both players hesitating just an instant. Okay, Deflect Shield works out this time. Scooby-Doo getting the corner will get the hard knockdown. C-Drive with plenty of resources on deck. That's what you have to do against the double overhead, the JS-JD string. I mentioned earlier C-Drive was playing passive, this time choosing to check it. There is a gap there. You can take advantage of it. Great RC! Emoscoobydoo keeps himself safe and capitalizes on that burst. Good punish to close things out. Emoscoobydoo. Not dead yet. 1-2. Still C-Drive's favor. Remember, this is for loser semis. Opportunity to face off against Stinky Steve in loser semis.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Getting a little low poke here, low poke there. Goes underneath the drone. Remember, H-stroke is -2, so Gold Lewis has to instant block it in order to be able to punish it. Scooby-Doo doing an absolute grip of damage and collecting that hard knockdown. This is Emoscoobydoo's round for sure. Returning the favor with a quick perfect. Ooh, the big steppy, remember? Pointed that out as an option to beat Eno's round start 2S. This is Scooby-Doo's game to lose at this point. Even though Gold Lewis bursted out, okay, now, I was about to say, didn't have the meter advantage. Now does. Can easily turn things around. It's probably a crossed up deflect shield turned into a wild assault. That's a huge problem for Emoscoobydoo if they don't manage to clean this round up quickly. They'll be going to the next round with way less burst. Just chipped out. 1-1, potentially the final round of this set. Good 6P. You need to pick your spacing carefully when anti-airing Gold Lewis because of how dangerous the JD is. Jumps over the White Wild Assault post-wall break, collecting plus frames with the super. Emoscoobydoo already has 50 more meter, collecting more plus frames. Quick little chemical love to get the job done, goes through the wall. Both players working with a bunch of burst. With half a stick of butter. Just chooses to burst the YRC. A little bit of air jousting. Emoscoobydoo manages to close things out. 2-2. Last game for sure of this first of 3 set. Coming up next, you get a big sippy. Just because I gotta keep focus doesn't mean you can't stand up, stretch, get some water. Make sure to do that now and then. Quick little JP to check Eno in the air. Another 5P to check the air approach. Eno's 2H is a nice disjointed button. We see it come into play there. Both players have burst off the table. Goes under the drone. Good check from C-Drive with the 2K. Here's the reversal. C-Drive YRCing out because Eno approaches by the air. She's gonna get a little bit of space to work with. Big confirm. OTG Behemoth Typhoon sees C-Drive 1 round away. little bit of note Oki, plus frames. Not quite coming into contact with that JB. A little bit of back and forth when C-Drive has their back to the wall. Good deflect. We've seen that was a problem earlier, but C-Drive, excuse me, Emoscoobydoo seems to be over their issues. Not even choosing to break the wall with super, just going for the wall break. Not quite, just a little bit too early. Emoscoobydoo. Raisin VCL, but I think it's all for naught at this point. C-Drive closes things out. 3-2. We'll be moving on to losers semis, but first, winners finals. Homedepot Potemkin, Emoscoobydoo, number 1 seed, number 2 seed. Tale as old as time. Coming up now. Who is running a lawnmower at 9:31 at night? Excuse me. Fatcatteddy will surely subject us to some very cursed song since they're on player 1 side. Homedepot Potemkin on player 2 side will have to weather that. Run up, attempt for a scoop. Ooh. That has some very good commentary on the lawnmower situation, but right now we're seeing Homedepot Potemkin taking advantage of that custom hit stop on Miss Finer for a big 5H punish. Or went out for that with Potemkin Buster earlier. If you see a 6P at that close range with Potemkin, it is surely the Potemkin Buster. Gonna land in the shield, right? No, not quite. A little too far away. Ooh. Eddie. Just checking things. Homedepot Potemkin with the big 5H to close things out. Ooh. Oh, that's a big change. As mentioned earlier, Slidehead now has counter hit recovery. Quick little sweep to punish the hammer fall. Potemkin will go through the wall, but it's going to have a bunch of bursts to work with, and 50 meter. Teddy will have to wait just a second for positive to kick in and give them their hard-earned gains. That is some damage. Excuse me? Just nothing? Standing full charge dust? Homedepot Potemkin, wake up Potbuster to close things out. A 1-0 situation. Homedepot Potemkin with the advantage. No, trust me, I have seen, if Burst Dragon was here this evening, they would be angrily stepping up to volunteer that they have the worst dust combos. They land charged dust on me at locals all the time, because I'm an old man who can't react to them, and they do, like, JP finisher. JP jump cancel, JP finisher. Card on the table, collect the plus frames. Armors through 6H. Teddy has no interest in holding Potemkin pressure. Ooh. Homedepot Potemkin is wary of the wake-up reversal, but notices too quickly for Teddy to jump back. Does a horrific damage. Teddy with full meter just gets grappled. Quick sweep. Potemkin is blessed with the really long limbs to punish Mist Finer, but a little too plus to land that PB. Grab my man by the leggy. Bolt break recovers just a little faster. Johnny's card can come out. The Potemkin. Pick 2 on the board. Another one. Like, intentionally or by accident? Listen, no quitting. No quitting. Just take a deep breath and get back into it. I know it's difficult on as little sleep as you're running on. Okay, Slayer's in the house. By the way, fun trivia about Home the Potemkin. If you ever encounter a clip on Will It Kill where the sound is immensely bass boosted, that's a Home the Potemkin clip. That's how I recognize that one the other month immediately. The Potemkin, moving on in. Eddie playing very patient. Just throw up Mappa. Okay, Home the Potemkin is unbeatable. You cannot defeat this man. Just manages to scoop the Master's Hammer immediately. Listen, Home the Potemkin is the Potemkin you will be eventually. Great scoop. The Hand of Doom to escape Potemkin's grasp. Alright, we are seeing the Slayer Blender to come into play. I don't believe this will kill. It's gonna be close. Oh! Look at how close that is. It just goes through the window. He clinging to life like a drowning person clings to a rock. Back Mega Fist. Ooh, the cross up. The scoop Home the Potemkin is goated. I don't care what anyone says. -2, so it's going to be difficult to punish. Quick little cross up. Eddie. That's enough meter to break the wall. Not quite enough to close it out. One-touch situation for both characters, it feels like. Okay. Teddy locked into Slayer. 1 on the board. Has 2 more matches to win. Check him PC. That's right, in addition to having a Potemkin, Home the Potemkin has a couple more characters, and that's why I said earlier in the Discord, the answer may surprise you as to which character they play. Counter hit Pile Bunker at mid-screen is not particularly spooky. It drives you to the corner, but... Alright. Alright, both these gamers are Hand of Doom gamers. The bite. Screw your universe, I'll just do it, finish it with regular counter hits. Thank you, Stinky Steve. The 2H from Teddy, to no avail, simply gets Pile Bunker for the trouble. Remember, 2H has much longer recovery again. Can't believe so many charge dusts are being landed this evening. Unable to YRC because of the guard crush on Pile Bunker, even if it's -14. Oh no, caught by the BR's Blue Wild Assault. Dust this time. Tap dust into tap dust. Empty Potemkin on the verge of losing that round with a quick little bite. We are seeing some slugging. Ooh. Manages to clip the dandy step with the bump ahead. Bunker to take home deep attempt into the corner. Backdash through the command grab. We got Charge Dust too. Oh no. He knows Charge Dust combos. Oh, this is a very... No way. Is that... This is the silliest match. The close slash that goes to the heavens. Fatcatteddy is bringing it back. This is the silliest match you ever seen. Listen, replay vultures. We don't care about like the number 1 percentile of the top 1 percentile. This is what we want to see you scrape. We want to see the silly stuff. Fatcatteddy, 2 on the board. Home deep attempt. Swapping back to their namesake. Birthday train rolls on. Nappa has to deal with this armor though. And Doom has to deal with his armor though. Potemkin bust. To the wall with the heat tackle. Eddie is getting shot to death. Good luck on the tap dust. Quick little 5p check. Been saying all this evening that it's a great little anti-air. Alright. That's a Potemkin combo I have not laid eyes on before. Good little use of the BR Blue Wild Assault there, excuse me. The bite. Not the biggest universe counter, but it does take home the Potemkin to the wall. Backdash is the scoop attempt. Eddie getting bludgeoned and bullied and shot. It had to happen, didn't it? Home the Potemkin closes it out with a pot buster. What a thoroughly entertaining set from both gamers. Truly lovely. Thank you both for coming through this evening. While we take a second to recover from that set ourselves, we will be having Stinky Steve versus C-Drive in loser semis. Listen, it's gotta stay in. I can't show any bias. C-Drive on player 1 side. Stinky Steve pulling up to player 2 side. Loser semis. Kicking off now. Ooh, Batman theme. You love to hear it. This is a very interesting match, this patch. Ooh. Early burst from Stinky Steve. C-Drive not quite able to confirm into the BT. Really, the behind the back. Ooh. Just seeing C-Drive chipping away. Not quite able to get the OTG. Bending burst right at the very end of the round. That's what C-Drive's been doing a lot, and in some cases it's paid dividends. I worry about the long-term impact of it throughout this bracket. Good read on the throw, backdashes. Manages to see the cross-up this time, Stinky Steve. Ducked by the overhead. Stinky Steve clearly playing around the reversal. Now, I really like that. Stinky Steve has been showing a lot of new tools this bracket. The dash cancel, close slash into butterfly for Oki, for instance. But again, the throw gets red. C drive. What's one on the board? One step closer to losers finals. Got the yawns this evening. Teddy's not the only one tired. With little Midare to challenge the JD. Steve working on getting C drive to the corner. Good spacing on Nagiha. Ooh. Ooh, not quite. Force suspend burst to keep initiative. C drive. Reading Stinky Steve's attempts to close distance. Just fighting it off with backdashes and 2Ps both. Nagiha from downtown. Steve's throw getting red again, this time on defense, but good tech. It's always spooky to deal with Gold Lewis's throw in the corner, because even if you tech a throw against higher level drones, it's gonna keep coming at you. Good pickup on the Nagiha. Woo! Close slash anti-air finds a counter hit. Level 1 super from Gold Lewis. Flex the wall break. Not the highest damage, but a wall break hard knockdown is all you need. C drive keeps alive. I like that 5k round start from Stinky Steve. I know Gold Lewis likes to... What a conversion! A little too far for Fujin. But yeah, the 5k round start from Stinky Steve is nice. It'll go over, I believe it'll go over Gold Lewis's 5k, which is its own check for Anji's 2s. There's a whole RPS we can talk about some other time. For now, let's focus on P-Drive being just at the end of his rope. Spends White Wild Assault. Stinky Steve. Great BRC back! Closes it out with a little close slash. Yeah, I was expecting counter super at all. Steve fought off the intrusive thoughts. Ben's verse early just to not deal with being driven to the corner. I like that. Just jumping over the drone and blocking it out. Doesn't have to worry about being pushed into the drone. Good conversion. You're gonna see hard knockdown. Positive for Stinky Steve. Ooh. P-Drive has more meter though. Ooh. The behind the back? Smash it! Oh! It's a little difficult to get a word in edgewise sometimes. The delayed 6P, not able to stop JD. It's got to be very early. Loses JD is one heck of a button. Steve is playing incredibly well this evening. Not quite able to get the conversion into the grounded close slash. It's a little scramble later, manages to get the wall break. C drive. That's... C drive with the... Excuse me, Stinky Steve with the FD delayed JS, potentially a save jump. Steve has got a whole book of new things up his sleeve. Stinky Steve up 2. Tell you, back when I played WeebCup, usually when I played Steve, I believe the matches were in my favor from what I recall. That's not to say Stinky Steve hadn't stood no chance. He definitely got his W's, but now I'm a little spooked. Like, if we had to play again right now, Steve's showing a lot of great decision-making, a lot of great knowledge, a lot of great additions to the basics, but C-Drive is no easy meal. Gold Lewis has massive health, high damage potential, can easily rob a match back if he gets meter on the board. Right now, C-Drive is down to the last legs, gets clipped by the preemptive 6P. Ko has a guard crush, so even if you keep yourself safe and it takes some chip get pushed out, Stinky Steve with the cheeky ID finds himself on match point. But here comes the robbery factor. BT into BT. Deflect. Oh no! You put your hand in the food processor, that's what happens. Stinky Steve clipped by the counter hit, and then another BT to finish things. He playing patient, just backing off. Okay. Nagi from downtown. Using the jail with the 2S hat with the fan toss. Ooh. The dangerous situation to be, putting yourself in the corner against Gold Lewis. No, it doesn't quite work in that situation. It's a little too slow. But again, using Deflect Shield to keep themselves safe, Stinky Steve finds himself pushed out of the corner again. Opting not to challenge after that butterfly. He drives. Let's turn things around. 2 on the board for both parties. Excuse me, I needed to take a big sippy there. This is a very exciting set. Alright, here we go. Last match for sure of this set. It's losers semis. Big Ko from downtown. The preemptive Ko. It's what you need against JD. C-Drive has a big advantage here. Lots of damage on the board. Chip. Steve's risk is getting cranked. C-Drive. BT close it out. C-Drive. Set point. Being patience. Patience from both parties. I know as a commentator I don't want to stay biased, but Stinky Steve has been impressing me so much that a part of me wants to break the bias rule. Good tech. C-Drive. Retreating with JDs just to occupy space. The hitboxes in case Steve gets too ambitious like that. Using not to spend meter just to keep a little on deck. Stinky Steve spends theirs. Spends the burst. Behind the back. Oh, the air-to-air BT. C-Drive close it out. 3-2. Terrific little set. We have had some absolutely fantastic sets this evening. T-Drive moves on to face Fatcatteddy in Losers Round 5. Which we will be seeing next. Jeez, give me time to get the administrative stuff done, why don't you?
Mankind knew that they cannot.
Oh, here we go. Teddy saw some modicum of success with Nagoto-Yuki in the past couple brackets. They play a very interesting grounded game. Try not to get too fancy, just use the H buttons. Ooh. H. C-Drive. Spending White Wild Assault again. Both within chip. Yep, there it is. The very pensive, patient match. Eddie letting the blood build those buff H buttons. Fishing with 5H. T-Drive just blocking it out. Gets clipped by the big 2H though. Big 6H to finish things. It's Teddy, 1 up on the board. I've moved into my golf commentator voice now. Let me move into the second match of this set. Will Teddy opt to play smooth and methodically? No. Starts off with the big Shizuru-Yuki. Stepping in. Ooh. Gets over the drone. Oh no, blood pop. This is big. But no, C-Drive read a burst. And pays for it with humongous damage. Big JD, when Nagoto-Yuki comes out, JD may be the best tool in C-Drive's arsenal to deal with it. It's one way to check a Fukyo. You gotta check it when it comes in, so why not put out the biggest, most active hitbox you can find. Chip away from death, and there it is. C-Drive with White Wild Assault and Burst. It's clipped by a counter hit, but Teddy retreats. Doesn't spend security. Heard the move come out. Both these characters have the advantage of big, active backdashes with lots of involves. This is tragic. Teddy up 2-0 now. As we on the East Coast are about to move into the 10 o'clock hour, C-Drive moves back into the ring, sticking with Gold Lewis. Teddy starting off with Shizuru-Yuki. Just a little check. Just seeing mostly movement here. Little movement. So that Teddy doesn't push Nago's blood up too high. It's gonna pop, it's gonna pop, it's gonna pop. Just as I say that. Remember, the best thing to do when Nago pops in the blood range and you can get a punish is to use the longest combo you have, so Nago can lose as much health as possible by draining. The bite. Ooh, not this time. Backdashed. 2H to clear the skies. 6P checks the backdash, but no, Nago's gonna pop. Teddy lost both of those rounds from blood gauge mismanagement. Everybody talks about how Nago's this overpowered, very strong character, but a little bit of mismanagement can lead to a lot of problems. D-Drive, 1 on the board. Elfbell. Yes. Teddy wants to create as much discourse as possible. Wants to pick the most off-the-wall characters from their wrestler's stable. Just holding the drone. D-Drive is all over Teddy right now. Reads the throw, gets the backdash sweep. Good deflect to escape BT pressure. Caught by the drone though. Now this is C-Drive's game, just getting flipped by the reversal. Not the biggest amount of damage. Conversion though. Wait, it's over? That was fast. Okay, what's Teddy got up his sleeves now? We gonna see another wild character swap? We going back to Nago? I see a gold Lewis mirror. Nope, going to Johnny. A good 6B to start with. It's under Johnny's R/slash. And he is covering the angles. Upward, air to ground, kick overhead. Again. The side-swapping reversal super. Face Teddy. Ooh. Quite able to finish the combo. Still a huge chunk of damage. Little 5P check. And a cross-up. Right, it checked the cross-up very well. Ooh. I'm not 100% sure how Mistfinder interacts with drone. I'll have to look that up after this. Belligerently charging in with the air dash BT. Right on the table. Card's too far away now. Teddy will need to set up a new one. But under pressure, it looks like it's going to be difficult to do. Finds an opportunity, though. Driving C-Drive to the corner. Quick overhead. Has meter to make it scary. One all. Situation in terms of rounds. Double Luigi. Back to the backdash with BT. C-Drive off to a great start. Chipping away. Flex shield. Creates a large gap of space that Teddy used this, unfortunately, insert himself into more hitboxes with. D-Drive spacing is quite good. Ooh. Catches the backdash with the 2H, the forward advancing, multi-hitting move. No, you can't YRC at that range. Teddy has a bunch of meter to spend. So after this wall break, we're gonna see a high-low from Mistfinder. That's what I think is gonna happen. Doesn't quite get to happen, though. Teddy closes it out, though. Pushes their way in. 3-2. Teddy will be advancing to loser's side of grand finals of tonight's bracket. WeebCup 180. Be concluding soon. Put your score in. Let me update the things. That was such a good set. Both these gamers, they play regularly. Great to see both of them pushing each other and moving in so far into the bracket. Close that since I don't need it anymore. Teddy on player one side will surely subject us to some wretched, vile piece of music. Potemkin. Sticking with Potemkin, their namesake. Oh hey, that's not bad. We love Freezy in this house. Teddy loves Tequila in this house. The Insenga to break the wall. Already with a lot of meter to work with from both players. And he spends it with PRC and a super. The Potemkin also spent their meter. Big chop to stop Johnny from getting in. Sweep to follow it up. Teddy spending burst quite late in the round. Doesn't have the resource to close things out. We're going into the next round with no resources to work with. Potemkin Buster puts things in home to Potemkin's favor. Hammerfall. Good check on the Hammerfall break. You gotta challenge it sometimes, but you can't do it too early. Not only does Hammerfall have the armor as usual, but Hammerfall break has a hit of armor now after the Season 4 patch. Nice, nice. YRC's very late to avoid the turn up from the card. A little bit of hesitation leads to Home Depot Potemkin taking the first match of Grand Finals. Move in. Johnny is still Teddy's #1 hombre. Just patience from both gamers. And we turn up to... Ooh, big counter hit and Senga. Hit a grip. That was like 50%. We're gonna see a big counter hit from that whiffed hug. Turn into a round for Teddy. Desperately needed, as coming from loser's side of the bracket. They will need win 6 matches to turn things around. Like the normals we're seeing here. Johnny's 5k, quite good. Driven to the corner, going through the wall. Teddy wants to earn that precious tension. Card on the table, goes through armor from Hammerfall. Or Slide Him, excuse me. Home Potemkin forced to spend Burst. Teddy is very good at checking the Hammerfall breaks. Spends Burst. Teddy looking to end things, not go to the next round. If things do go to the next round, it's going to be very spooky for Teddy with no Burst. Potemkin has the corner, spending meter. Teddy very careful not to immediately YRC. The fear of a Potemkin Buster. And it pays off. Teddy has one on the board. 1 all. I need a big sippy. Give me a second here. Stinky Steve still visible in the room. Like that guy who hangs around after hours even though the bar is closed. Match 3 now. Goes clear through. You didn't have to leave! Potemkin gets clipped. The autocorrect on the Hammerfall. Now sets up pressure with the mirror, only to get reversaled out. This wake up scoop! No, scoop! You know what, I respect it. If you need to get dinner and forget to close the game, you know, no worries. Potemkin takes a quick round with 2 busters. Waiting for the burst, and Teddy refuses to be conditioned by Hammerfall break. Card on the table. Gets clipped. Teddy gets a nice hard knockdown with that wall break. The reward. It has the big backdash, remember. Clipped by this fighter. And Senga not quite enough. Potemkin has meter to work with. No scoop. For Potemkin, only for Teddy, as we move into duel 3. Good tech on the dash up throw. Teddy driving Potemkin to the corner. You see good spacing, but under pressure. What a backdash! Goes straight through the cloak slash. Reads the jump. Potemkin's close slash has a weirdly small amount of active frames, so it can be backdashed on a delay. It has a little slow on startup. Now it's Potemkin's turn to say that your dash up break will not go unpunished. Potemkin 1 match away from WeebCup 180 Championship. But he chooses not to change music. I believe in victory. Card on the table. Manages to get... Doesn't quite... No, this is home. I believe this is their first. We're seeing Johnny's range come into play here with punishes on Potemkin's huge normals. That card came from downtown. The Super PRC. These Potemkin escape the corner. Alright, they catch the backdash with Flight Head. Gets caught by the card though. We'll go through your armor. Okay, we got Aegis Reflector. Only the 3rd active hit manages to find home, though. It doesn't result in an immediate loss for Teddy. Potemkin scoops the advance on match point. Tournament point. 5k. Ooh. Has to keep Hammer Pulse safe with RC. It's minus 17 now. Edge of the dash in. No more of this Johnny dash beats low profiles. The scoop. Close things out. Home D Potemkin is your WeebCup 180 champion.
Champion wins.
And that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. We had a great little tournament. A little slim compared to what we've been seeing the past few weeks, but hey, there's no problem with that. We appreciate every single one of you gamers that comes through. Primarily, it's about 180 is half of 360. That's how you know a grappler was meant to win. You are spitting. A modern day Cicero over here. Home Depot Potemkin is. If I recall correctly, you're going to Frosty's, right? I'm heading up there. Yeah, I'll be heading up there in January with a couple of other gamers from the Hoop Squad. I'll look forward to seeing you there. Alright, that is going to wrap things up for us this evening, WeebCup 180. Thanks to all the gamers who came out. I will be working on a top 8er shortly. I'll get that posted up in the Discord and put it on my social media. I'll try to tag people as I can. Let me punch in this score real fast. Alright, that's going to do it. Again, thanks for coming through. Let me see. I'm going to send y'all to raid. If I recall correctly, I spoke to Head Chef, who is... Yeah, here we go. Head Chef is involved in Bracket About Nothing. They're in the Richmond area, the monthly I went to this past weekend. So I'm going to send y'all over to raid them. I believe the 2nd and 4th week of the month is when they have their beginners, what is this, champion graduate invitational. I don't know about anything about that. Anyway, all I know is it's Guilty Gear Strive and the homie Head Chef is involved in it. So I'm gonna queue up the raid and send y'all over in just a little bit. Thanks again for coming through. And y'all have a good rest of your evening. Take care.
Zavi, maybe taking a minute here. Just kind of think about it. Yo, Home Depot Temkin, how you doing? Generic Soda, how you guys doing?
Thanks for the raid. Looks like we're just on a short pause here.
Yep.
Okay, they're hopping back on the stands.
Getting back into it, we got DB Zavi versus Johnny. Just one WeebCup, what's good? Yo, nice. Yeah, we've got our band invitational tonight, so this is purely people that